All right, I am back. I figured I should make some more videos. I'm working my new job in Gillette, Wyoming for Hoskinson Biotech Health and Wellness Clinic, and I figured I should make some videos. I'm learning things that will help me with my new job, and teaching these things helps me learn them better. So I'm going to try to make some reviews from time to time, hopefully at least one a week, maybe more. I'm thinking about making a brown fat video tomorrow after I read an article. But I've been coming across this topic, or this word, called metaflammation. So I had to look up what metaflammation was. And what it is low-grade chronic inflammation. And we see metaflammation in people struggling with obesity. And it seems to occur from excess nutrients, which means eating too many calories, right? More than you're expending, which then can lead to fat gain, which then can lead to overweight and obesity. I'll link the article in the description below if you want to check out more here. One of the things that I found interesting was the shift in macrophages secreted in people who are struggling with obesity versus people who have a healthy body mass or body composition. So M2 is a certain type of macrophage, and these tend to be anti-inflammatory. So inflammation can be a good thing if we are, there we go, and this is pro. So inflammation can be a good thing if we're training, and then we get inflammation that causes stimulus, and then our inflammation goes down, we've recovered, and then we can re-inflame ourselves again to get some benefits there. But if we always have a low grade level of chronic inflammation, this is not good for us. Long term, it can be bad for our blood vessels. Right now, I'm particularly investigating the circulatory system, seeing how we can help people maintain a healthy circulatory system. And what seems to happen is as people shift from a healthy body composition to an obese body composition over here, the macrophage type seems to change from M2 to M1. So again, this is anti-inflammatory, M2. M1 is pro-inflammatory. So obesity tends to increase our overall inflammation, which is not good for our health. And this seems to be correlated down here with insulin resistance. So in the article that I've linked below, there are lots of unknowns here. But we do seem to see that this shift here is occurring. And so obviously we want to reverse this shift, so we are more in an anti-inflammatory state rather than a chronic inflammatory state. Down here I have a bunch of things. This is C-reactive protein. This is tumor necrosis factor interleukin 6. These are associated with your immune system. Some of these can be anti-inflammatory. Some of these can be pro-inflammatory. These two are pro-inflammatory. I'm definitely not a biologist or an immunologist. But these are just some things I came across. And these tend to maybe either trigger inflammation or maybe a sign of inflammation. And so I just kind of wrote these down because I was learning things. The main takeaway here is when, at least that I got from the article, is when we're thinking about weight loss or living or maintaining health, I guess, let's say, if we're trying to reduce our chronic inflammation, the main takeaway is that exercise is more effective at helping us maintain less inflammation. Maybe short-term exercise is going to cause inflammation, but long-term regular exercise is going to be more effective at reducing that inflation than caloric restriction over here. So there is a quote that says you can't out-exercise a bad diet, right? So we do want to correct obesity if we can through different means. We can use medication. We can use caloric restriction. We don't want to restrict calories too much. Remember, it's good for bone density. It's good for building muscle mass. So we do need to eat calories. That's how you build yourself into a strong individual. But in terms of just exercise and helping to reduce low-grade chronic inflammation, we want to make sure that we are exercising. All right. Well, I think that is good for this video. Short and sweet. If you have questions, that article is below. And there you go, meta-inflammation.